and welcome. This episode, we're going to find out what job seekers and recruiters can expect as we look to 2021. What is changing? What's staying the same? And how to best navigate the job market in the new year. My special guest is Leigh-Margaret Stull, and she'll be discussing the following: what industries, roles are showing job growth, how data continues to empower tech in hiring, ways in which recruiters can tap into artificial intelligence tools for more efficient results, the need for companies to build diverse pipelines and address racial disparities, and last but not least, the shift from title-based searching to skill-based searching. So on the Mark Bishop Show, Leigh-Margaret Stull, Chief Product Officer with Career Builder. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Mark.
How many Americans are expected to be hunting for a new job in the new year, Lee?
Well, we based on the last unemployment numbers released December 4th, we have about 6.7% unemployment, which translates going into the new year with about 11 million Americans that are, displaced and out of a job, unemployed. In terms of how many will be looking for a job next year, I also think in addition to that we will see some of the employed sector switch jobs. So we're going to probably see more of that in 2021 than we did in 2020 for a variety of reasons. Employees may have been considering moving companies and during COVID kind of hunkered down and decided to stay put. Whenever there's times of uncertainty, people often don't change at that moment. But I think that as the vaccine gets out there and as employers really start to rebuild their workforce, we're going to see a lot of competition and also job movement on the job seeker front. So I'd put another 15 or 20% there. I suspect somewhere 20 million job seekers will be in some way, shape, or form looking next year.
So how is technology and data used to enable recruiters these days?
Well, it's kind of the epicenter of everything. Recruiters, just like many other positions, have also been impacted. Hiring managers, they're asked to do more with less. And so, we really leverage technology and data science to automate and make things easier. So, instead of, employers having to go search and recruiters having to search and get very granular, we provide matches for them. It's automated. It's as simple as turning on your TV and you've got a list of recommendations there waiting for you. That is where we've evolved technology to. So as soon as we know, the job title, we immediately go to the next level down. And this is really the advancement that I think is going to change the market, dramatically moving into 2021. There is much more focus on the underlying skills that are required for a job than the job title or the industry itself. Because industries overnight have changed. Right?
That's right.
There's industries that have declined and there's industries that have been born as with any time. But we saw a lot of that movement after the last recession. We suspect that's going to happen again. And so just really understanding how the technology works is critically, beneficial for both sides, but especially recruiters that are trying to find talent. They've got to be more flexible. They've got to be more open-minded and not look for an exact job title and an exact industry because they're going to have competition come mid next year. So
let me ask you, Leigh-Margaret, how are the companies addressing racial disparities in the workplace now?
Yeah, it has never been more of a focus area. In my experience than it is right now. And so, we're leveraging technology also to help with that. Career Builder, our audience within careerbuilder.com is very diverse. We've got diversity. We look across the board, gender diversity, and we've got over 50% female. Race diversity over 30%, which is over indexed. Of diverse races. And then military is also, another factor of diversity that a lot of employers are looking for. But we just, the most important thing for employers is to use this time to really pipeline and build relationships and seek out diverse talent. And then the other thing we often tell employers is and advise is spend time with your current employees, your current diverse workforce, because they probably know better than anyone what your pros are, what your strengths are that you could be celebrating, and then also maybe there's opportunities that you need to work on. And so I think really finding a constructive way to tap into that is something that's so critical as employers think about who they want to go get and bring in to help build their workforce of the future.
You know, when I think about it, I mean, I'm semi-retired now, but I wish this attitude of companies and corporations was around when I was 20 and 21, because in those days you were a round hole and you had to go in the round peg, whatever it is. But the reality is that's all the industry. But you've come out of a different industry. How on earth could you possibly, and now we're talking how different it is in 2021 because of skill-based searching,
Absolutely. And, I'm going to say with the company 20 years, all of it has been completely disrupted across the board. Skill-based searching will completely, turn that upside down in skill-based matching. And it's uncomfortable for some employers, right? They're not used to it. They've been recruiting a certain way for a very long time. They're going to quickly find that they're the ones left behind because the progressive employers are embracing and moving forward with this, which is great news for job seekers.
Well, I'm speaking with Leigh-Margaret Stull. She's the Chief Product Officer at Career Builder, a big name in the headhunting industry, been around for years, a data-driven leader with the talent acquisition industry, and you lead the strategy R&D and execution of product innovations. In a nutshell, what tips do you have for job seekers, Leigh-Margaret? Tell us, how can they best position themselves going into 21?
First and foremost, be informed. So leverage, our site, leverage other avenues to become informed. And that's both if you're just entering the job market. We spend a lot of time talking to college grads that never actually, got their chance because of COVID to enter the workforce, but also people that have been at a job for 30, 40 years. Everyone is going to have to be flexible. So, the stigma associated with certain positions, I think that has dramatically changed and will quickly become yesterday's news. People are embracing gig work and part-time work we've never seen before. So I think being informed is the first step. And then making sure you've got a great skill-based resume or profile. And so that, job seekers don't have to spend a lot of time trying to figure out, well, what skills do I map? We've got a tool in both the app and the website. With a few clicks, we take a few pieces of information. What companies have you worked for? What are the last job title? We build the resume for you because we know with the power of data, we know exactly for one company in a job title what skills are required at that company versus another company with the same job title. And so we can really personalize and make it very skill-based for the job seeker. They don't even have to, spend time really researching or doing that element of it. And I just really advise leverage it because your resume and profile will perform so much better to show up to the employers that are hiring.
Well, that's darn good. A lot of the work's done for you. And this is, if I was to go on to www.careerbuilder.com today, what can I expect to find?
You're going to find access to information. So you would see right away, we've got a COVID center set up so that you can see what's going on in the job market itself. You're going to find the ability to dial down to what are the job titles and career paths that you personally should be looking at. What are, related titles with the underlying skills that maybe you could even make more money at. And then you're going to find the ability to build a resume quickly. And then, of course, we've got all the jobs, right? So all that job content and available jobs are there waiting for you. You can search. But most of our job seekers love the recommendations. So once you sign up, we actually start to provide recommendations back to the user, which in some ways is a lot easier and less painful. We actually get about 80% of our applications come from job seekers who've been recommended a job that maybe they didn't even find it or search for it in the first place, but we were able to recommend it for them. So it's another really popular component to our site and app.
Fabulous. Well, there you go, folks. No excuses, all right? Get onto it. Leigh-Margaret Stull, she's Chief Product Officer, Career Builder, and that's what you've got to do. Just go to careerbuilder.com and good luck. Thank you, Leigh-Margaret. Take it safe.
Thank you.
Be careful, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Goodbye.
You too. Thank you.